think you should.
Hello everyone, welcome to my next episode in the World of Warplanes series. So, in this episode, I'm going to be talking specifically about fighter aircraft. So, in the last episode, I talked about multi-role fighters and what they're good for. You know, they were good about being pretty flexible with going either against ground targets or aerial targets. You know, they had their cutoffs, or their trade-offs, because they couldn't turn as good as, say, a fighter. And so that's going to bring me into this episode with what are the fighters good for. So you're going to be using these mostly just for air-to-air combat. And the reason for that is they don't really... I don't know of any that have, you know, bombs or anything that would be really useful against going against ground targets. I mean, I guess you could. It just wouldn't be as effective and you wouldn't be as useful to your team if you did that. But they are really good against aerial targets. So some of the pluses, their maneuverability is really good. Usually their altitude performance is really good. They're usually pretty quick, and they usually have decent guns. Now, only bad thing is with that maneuverability and usually airspeed comes with the lack of survivability. Usually they don't have that much armor because they're trying to stay pretty light so they can be a little more maneuverable and able to turn quicker and much other stuff. But with that being said, let's go ahead and hop into a match. I'm going to be using the Tier 7 BF-109G. That's as far as I've gotten with the fighters, at least right now, on the German line. It's pretty fun aircraft. If you're getting perks on this aircraft, I'd suggest on the commander, I'd suggest getting the marksman perks, because those come in really good handy. I think the first marksman perk is 5%, and then the second one's 10%. So that's a pretty good difference in accuracy. Wait for this to load in. Just trying to find players. Alright, let's see. So off my spawn point, I've got 2 garrisons that I can go to. And when I get to one of these garrisons, I'm probably just gonna, let's see, I guess I'll take it right. When I get to this garrison, I'm going to be attacking the aircraft first, and then after I've taken out the aircraft, I'll probably move straight to the airbase. I won't even worry about the ground targets, because even though I could damage the ground targets, I'm not going to worry about damaging them because it'd take too long. That's what the, like if you look on my team, that's what that IL-8's for. That's the attack aircraft. That's what the ME-109TL's for. That's a multi-role. That's what the NC's for. Those are for taking out the ground targets. I'm for taking out the aerial targets. My job is to keep them, the enemy aerial targets, off of our attack aircraft and our multi-role and, you know, heavy fighters, everybody. So these enemy aircraft, I'm going to go after them. Now, if you see this, it's an air defense heavy. If I'm not mistaken, I can outmaneuver him. Even though he has a little bigger armament and a little better survivability, I've got superior maneuverability, so he can't even get around to hit me. And if you notice, my attack aircraft's going after the ground targets, and now I'm going to keep this air target off of him while he's attacking the ground targets. And we've secured the sector. Ta-da! That's pretty much what you're going to be doing. You're going to always be watching the map, looking where enemy aircraft are going, and just using common sense to tell whether or not you should go after certain aircraft or not. Like this Focke-Wulf 190, he's got a big gun, so I'm not going to want to go face-to-face with him, but if I can get around him, I can outmaneuver him, and he can't touch me. But that is not an aircraft I'd want to fight face-to-face with, because he could rip through me before I could get around him if we fought face-to-face. But see, like this, I might be able to get around him. Yep. This aircraft's a lot of fun. All of the German lines I've gone through so far are pretty fun. And don't just go after lights. Just go after, or not lights, but the fighters. Go after any enemy aircraft. Yeah. See, I didn't know I had a light behind me. But, so that's the main job. Cover your guys. Take care of aerial targets. Don't worry about ground targets. Just take care of aerial targets. But yeah, the BF-109G is a lot of fun. I think my friend Brandon said the Sabre American line's pretty fun. This aircraft, I think it has, it's either, I think it's two 7.62mm guns on the top of the front, and then I know it has a 30mm hub-mounted gun. It's the same guy I was going after earlier. Didn't get away that time. Didn't have a friend to cover him. But it's an important role of the fighters to protect the heavier aircraft as well that can't maneuver as well. So if you see one of your attack aircraft getting hit by a fighter, go in and save them. Don't fly off to another objective. There's a heavy aircraft going for. Ooh, I got someone on my tail. Ooh. This is an LA-7. Yeah, I'll be able to hit him. Guten Nacht. There's that Focke-Wulf again. And he's gonna die. He's stalling right now. These aircraft are also really good about taking out bombers as well. So if you do see bombers, make sure to take those out. That's your job. That's the multi-role fighter's job. And it's also the heavy fighter's job. I'm about to get ripped up in a second. I'm gonna do as much damage to him as possible. Yeah. Focke-Wulf. But you see how fast that Focke-Wulf ripped through me? If a multi-role fighter does get behind you, they will rip you to shreds. As long as they can keep a bead on you. But if you can start turning, you can most of the time outmaneuver them. It's a bit. Oh wait. Yeah. That's going to be my next aircraft, the Focke-Wulf 190D. Fun aircraft, I've heard. Alright, let's take back this sector. That is a... Yeah. I've got a feeling after we kill him, we'll be able to take the sector, and we're just getting decimated right now. I'm doing good, though. Yep, we've got the sector now. Alright, I'm going to try to go back and take back this sector. Yeah, we're probably going to lose this. That's pretty much all there is to the fighter aircraft. Attack air to air, make sure to cover your allies. Like this multi-role, he's going to get outmaneuvered by that fighter. I'm going to try to save him. There we go. See? That's your job. Ooh, hello there. Oh well. We did what we could. I did pretty good though. Alright. Back into the hangar. But yeah, that's pretty much all there is to fighters. Just make sure that you're able to cover your teammates, take sectors, destroy your aerial targets, and just don't worry about ground targets. That's pretty much all you need to know about fighters. They're a lot of fun to play. If you like the really high intense turning and everything, then the fighters are for you. Alright, that's pretty much it for the fighters section. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next video. This is Skylar Tie Action.